Greetings. For assignment 2 and for the Spark tutorial, you will use Apache Spark environment on IBM Cloud Pak for Data platform on IBM Cloud. The environment consumes 1.5 capacity hours per clock hour. You get 10 capacity hours per month. So in this video, I will show you how to use environment effectively to get the assignment done without running out of hours. So what I'm looking at right now, this is the home page of the IBM Cloud Pak for Data. So when I click here on the main menu under administration, I select environment runtimes. And on this page, I can see how many capacity hours I have already used this calendar month. And these are remaining hours. So as I'm working, as I'm running the environment, I'm consuming hours. This first number, the counter is going to be going up. And the remaining hours are going to be going down. All right? So now, what I'm going to do, I already created the project. So I'm going to go to view all projects, and you will create a new project, right? So I called it fall 2023 in my case, right? So here it is, and I already uploaded employee attrition data. What I need to do next is I need to add my notebook. And here you need to pay undivided attention to make sure that you use capacity hours effectively. I'm going to click on new asset. Here, I need to choose code editor, and here I need to choose Jupyter Notebook editor. I'm having several options here. In this case, you're given the notebook, so you need to choose from file, right? Here, you need to select the file. Employee attrition, this, right? I saved it on my desktop in my case. I'm selecting the file. Now, very important, do not click create yet, right? So first of all, this is a notebook name. By default, it's going to be the file name. It's editable. I'll keep it as is. Over here, select runtime. You need to make sure that you select Spark 3.3, which is the latest, right? And Python 3.10. This is the latest environment at this point of recording this video. So I'm going to select this. Now, I'm going to click create, but take a look. See this? It consumes 1.5 capacity units per clock hour. So I recommend that you do this assignment when you're less likely to be distracted. Now I'm going to click on create. Watch what happens. When I click on create, it's going to start up the environment, right? So it's starting up notebook environment. See here, over here, you want to make sure that it says Python 3.10 with Spark. If you don't see this, then you may have selected wrong environment. You want to select the right environment here. What you need to do next is, see this notebook consists of cells, right? You need to scroll down to the load data cell. Here, place your cursor here. What you need to do next is, you need to click on code snippets, and click on read data. And then click on select data from project. You're going to select employee attrition data that you uploaded to the project. Data asset. Then here, this is my file, right? And I'm going to do select. And what's next? Next, here in the drop-down, make sure that you see Spark Session Data Frame. If you do not see this option, you may have selected the wrong environment. So you're going to select this, make sure that your cursor is still in the cell, and you're going to click on Insert Code to Cell. There we go. All right. So now, what you're going to do is you're going to edit this code. First of all, you have to change this to a 1 because this is the data frame name in the rest of the code. Next is you need to add another option here. Well, you want to make sure that the data types are read correctly from the file. So here, you want to set infer schema to true, right? Infer schema, okay, to true. Now, what else you need to do is this here, this is the object storage bucket name. This is a location where the data for this project is stored. You need to copy this bucket name, scroll down, see where it says bucket, and you're going to replace the word bucket with bucket name. Very important to not copy my bucket from this tutorial or from written instructions. It's going to be your bucket name, okay? It's different. Now what you need to do is, well, this notebook contains examples and graded and ungraded exercises. In order to do graded exercises, you must understand what examples do. However, there is no need to keep the notebook in edit mode to study examples. What you do instead is you're going to run the entire notebook, right? Then what you're going to do is once you run the entire notebook, you're going to open the notebook in the view mode to study your output. So what I'm doing, I selected the fourth cell, and I'm going to do this, restart and rerun the whole notebook. See, this will run all cells in my notebook. It's supposed to run all cells in my notebook, right? So let's see. All right, it's going to take a little bit of time, right? So so it takes you to the last cell, but if you scroll up, see this, if you scroll up, what you will see is here in the brackets, this is the executable cell number, and this is the output. See that? Okay. So, and if you see this little asterisk, it means that the cell is currently running. The cell execution is in progress, right? So all of this, you're gonna run this, right? So you're gonna run this code twice. First run is without exercises because you want to study the examples, all right? Then you're gonna take the notepad, right? You're gonna prepare something like this: exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, right? So let's see if it's finished running. It's gonna take about few minutes, right? And at that time, while this notebook is running, your counter, your capacity counter is going up. It's not going down, it's not staying the same, it's going up, right? Because you are consuming, you're running the environment and it's consuming the capacity hours. So this is done, right? It's done. Now what I'm gonna do is, very important, I need to stop kernel. If I don't stop kernel, the environment will continue running until it times out, right? So I'm done. I'm gonna go back here, I'm gonna say leave, right? And I'm also going to unlock the notebook, right? So next time, if I have to edit it, it's not locked. It's ready to be edited, okay? Now what I'm gonna do, let's go back. I'm gonna click here and let's go to environment runtime again. Let's see what's gonna happen. At the moment, I don't have anything running. This is gonna take a while to update, so I'm gonna do refresh. See this? I went up from 0.4 to 0.5. This number, the counter went up and the remaining hours went down, but the counter goes up. Here, I don't have any environmental runtimes, so I'm good, right? Then what I can do is, I'm gonna go back to my project, right? Your projects, and this is a project that I created. There is an option to view the notebook in the view mode, right? So in other words, you're looking at the notebook without running the kernel. So what you can do is you click here and you're gonna click on view. You see this? This is a view, right? So I have a notebook open in the view mode and I'm going to study this, right? And as I'm studying this, right? As I'm ready, I have this notepad where I prepared the headings, exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3. I'm going to prepare my code for all exercises in this notepad. That includes graded and ungraded. Ungraded, you just need to attempt it. Graded must be correct, right? So if you clearly understand the examples, you should be able to do the exercise, right? So you're gonna study this here, right? You're gonna prepare it here. When you are ready, only when you're ready, you see this pencil. You're gonna click on the edit. That would take the notebook to the edit mode, right? So you're in edit mode. It's starting the environmental runtime. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go. Well, you don't need to do credentials again because you saved them already. You're gonna scroll down all the way to where it is exercise 1, right? It says where to put exercise code. So you can search for exercise in the browser, right? This is the exercise. So you're gonna go to your notepad and you're gonna copy this code for the exercise in here. You're gonna do the same for all exercises. After that, you're gonna go back here and you're gonna do here kernel. You're gonna restart and clear output. Jesus, restart and clear output. And you're gonna do restart. Then you have several options here. You can rerun the whole notebook, or you can run one cell at a time, right? To run one cell at a time, just going to click on the play button, right? And you're gonna keep on running. I'm not gonna do the assignment for you, but I'm just showing you, all right? You can run one cell at a time. But suppose that I run into an error. If you run into an error, you want to immediately stop the kernel, right? You want to make sure that you do what I just did a few minutes ago to make sure the environment is stopped. I'm gonna go back to my notepad and keep working on the code, right? So do not sit here and stare at the code because you consume in the hours. Now let me show you what's gonna happen. Earlier, I did file stop kernel, right? I did that. I stopped the kernel before exiting the notebook. Now let's see. Suppose that I go back to the project and I forgot to stop the kernel. Well, if this happens, right? Well, what you need to do, always do this. Go here before you log out. Very important. You go here, you go to environment runtimes. You go to environment runtimes. Do you see this here? It shows that I'm currently running Spark. I have something running right now. So what you can do is, see that there is an option to stop. You click on this, and then you're gonna select delete. That will stop the environment. Now, when you refresh, the hours will be going. Sometimes it takes a while to refresh, but this number is gonna be going up as you keep on working, all right? If you're doing the assignment correctly, if you follow the instruction, your tutorial should not consume more than 1 hour. And you should have 9 hours left for assignment 2, right? So you're gonna have 10 hours per month. In the beginning of next month, you're gonna be credited 10 hours again, all right? So just remember this. Another thing I need to show you is this. Closing the browser tab, just by clicking the browser X button, dangerous. Does not stop the environment. It does not stop the environment, right? It only closes the tab. Your environment will run and consume the hours until it actually times out. So if you realize that you forgot to stop, immediately log into your account, go here and go to environmental runtime and stop it. Immediately stop it, okay? Maybe you're lucky. Maybe it ran only for half an hour, perhaps, right? So I strongly recommend that you do the assignment when you're less likely to be distracted, because if your friend calls you while you're on the phone, your environment keeps consuming the capacity hours, right? All right, so in this short video, I showed you how to use the environment for your assignment 2 and Spark tutorial effectively. Good luck.